The county of Barcelona formed along with several other countries as a result of the efforts by Charlemagne to establish a buffer zone between his Frankish Empire and Muslim rule Spain. Historic region of Spain, the area first emerged as a distinct entity with the rise of country of Barcelona to preeminence in the 11th century. In the 12th century, the country was brought under the same royal rule as the neighboring kingdom of Aragon, going on to become a major medieval sea power. Catalonia has been part of Spain since its genesis as a united state in the 15th century, when King Ferdinand of Aragon and Queen Isabella of Castile married and united their realms. The autonomous community of Catalonia occupies a triangle area in the northeastern corner of Spain, encompassing the northeastern provinces of Girona, Barcelona, Tarragona, and Lleida.
The Spanish police in riot years seized ballot boxes and surrounding activists held polling stations in Catalonia as thousands flooded the streets to vote in an independence referendum banned by Madrid. Spain is facing its worst political crisis in 40 years. On Friday afternoon, the Catalan parliament voted in favor of establishing a sovereign, independent republic. Even though this triggered a feeling of independence to the Catalans in the past few weeks, these problems of them wanting to achieve independence from Spain is a problem that has been developing since before the Roman Empire arrived to this territory.
Well, Catalonia right now is under a political and economic crisis, more political crisis than economic, but it's mainly due to the independence movement. The independence movement, it's a political movement that wants separation of the autonomous community of Catalonia from the rest of Spain, making his own government, his own president, with total separation of the Spanish government, the general Spanish government, with the central Madrid.
It is due to the conflict between Spain and Catalonia. The unilateral independence referendum held on October the 1st has set the governments in Madrid and Barcelona on a collision course. Rajoy, which is the Prime Minister of Spain, had repeatedly warned the Catalan government that its bid for independence was illegal and unconstitutional, until its president, Carles Puigdemont, who jumped his secession plans. Puigdemont, however, insists that the region has a legitimate right to independence. Efforts to find a way out of the impasse have failed, and tensions are at an all-time high.
This started even before the Roman Empire. They have always felt as a separate nation of the Spanish government due to their difference in culture, language, and other elements.
Right now, almost more or less the polls say that more or less 40% of the population here are agree in the independence declaration. This is a really sensitive topic here, but for me, in my opinion, the economic crisis started in 2008 is the main reason for this resurrection, let's say, of the independence movement.
Spanish and Catalan government. Apart from them, Puigdemont is facing sedition charges from the Spanish government after Catalunya declared independence under his leadership. The Spanish media reports that the former leader is accompanied by any unspecified number of other members of the Catalan government. The group are expected to make a joint statement later today. After the Catalan Regional Parliament voted to declare independence on Friday, the Spanish government said it will revoke the region's autonomy and rule it directly from Madrid.
But who is Carles Puigdemont? He is a politician from Catalonia who became the president of its government in January 12, 2016. And anyways, what is the Spanish government using to reprehend the independists? Well, the government of Spain has said that they would sanction the independists because of the Article 155 of the Spanish Constitution. It is the nuclear option, which will allow Spain to seize back some power from Catalonia. The powerful tool has never been used before. The deeply controversial use of Article 155 could lead to a constitutional crisis and mass protests in Catalonia.
The Article 155 says that if a self-governing community does not fulfill the obligations imposed upon it by the Constitution or other laws, or even acts in a way that is seriously prejudicial to the general interests of Spain, the government, after having lodged a complaint with the president of the self-governing community and failed to receive satisfaction therefore, may, following approval granted by the overall majority of the Senate, take all measures necessary to compel the community to meet said obligations or to protect the above-mentioned general interest.
Puigdemont had promised to the Catalans that he would stay with them and fight against the Article 155, and like this achieve the independence of their nation. But on the past October the 29th, he escaped and left to Belgium to seek political asylum due to his position in Spain, with other 5 members of the government.
This situation can really affect other countries because, first of all, Spain is part of the European Union, so the problem affects all the European Union. And second, parts of France and Belgium are also part of Catalonia. Also, other nations have been inspired to achieve independence of their country due to all the attention the world is giving to this problem.
So far, no country or international body has expressed any support for the Catalan government independence right. So, any declaration of independence is likely to be rejected, at the beginning at least. The European Union is standing solidly behind the Spanish Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy and says Catalonia will be expelled from the bloc and the shared euro currency. Economically, it is impossible to predict if it could survive. Catalonia has an annual gross domestic product of about 215 billion euros, or $257 billion, the largest of the Spanish regions and greater than Greece's, but many of its goods are supplied by the Spanish state.
Due to this, many companies have started to retire or move into the Spanish state, because in case they get to achieve their independence, there will be a problem. They will be forced to pay the Spanish taxes and the Catalan taxes. This is happening because of the lack of recognition of the United Nations towards Catalonia. In conclusion, we think that they may achieve independence, but we don't think it will be soon, due to all the issues they have with the UN saying they will no longer be part of the Union, and them not knowing how will they achieve financial stability, with them having to change their currency, companies deciding to leave to a recognized nation, and many other things.